We have something special for you today. I hope you will enjoy it as well. But it'll take some time. Actually, we are two, and that's one of the specialty of the talk. That's not pretty common for me. And by the way, Rado, could you please come and join me?
Yeah? What?
What are you doing there? Hey, man.
It's not autonomous? It's not autonomous?
We should start.
What?
We should start.
Sorry.
So come and join
Sorry,
me.
I will have to go.
I'll try to set it up until you come. So this will be special because we will be two. It won't be easy. If you try to do it in the past, it's like a dance. So let's see whether we could dance together with Rado today. It'll be special also because I will tell you some secret. This is first time Rado is talking in front of such a huge audience. So please help me to welcome him. But be quiet, be quiet. We don't need to stress him out too much. So
are we prepared or this is your preparation?
Yeah, really? That's my preparation. That's your slides.
Where is my clicker?
I'll give you a clicker, I swear. So, but let me do the proper introduction. We would like to share some story with you. And what's the difference? I don't give you this yet. What's the difference? I went here, maybe this is third time in a row, and I was talking about different topics. But it was always kind of market research. I was talking about the trends, future, what will happen in test automation, what will happen with testing itself. I was talking about trends, and last year I shared the idea about autonomous testing. And why I feel this will be super special for me, because we built a prototype, we went out to the market, and we found some first customers. And I'm so happy that Multitude accepted to be first customer, and Rado will share his story, how painful or easy it is to introduce such a crazy idea, because it is crazy idea.
Yeah, it's like, painfully easy or the other way around.
Yeah, you remember the automation in maybe 20 years ago. People were saying, we don't need testers anymore. We bought this shiny tool. We don't need anything else.
And managers were talking like they were saving all the costs because they will automate everything.
Yeah.
And testers were worried because they will lose the job. But what happened was that the testers evolved with the technology, and we should evolve with the technology right now because this is a second wave of illusion.
Yeah, the second wave of the idea. So let's see whether this could now finally happen. So stage is yours.
So for us, we started this pilot project with the WUPI, and yeah, I would say, like, I have a good quote for this, which I forgot. But I have it in the notes. But it's a very good quote because it's taking us to AI with Morpheus. And Morpheus said, and also we said, because with the automation we evolved. And what Morpheus said in the cave was, we are still here. And that's what's important. So the AI is also, he was fighting the AI, by the way. But with the AI is the same question right now. Are we evolving with the AI or against it? And some of us will fall, but most of us will evolve. So yeah, we will talk about that. We will talk about the journey of Multitude with the WUPI and our pilot and our journey after the pilot. But first of all, I will ask Marcel, did you know something about Multitude?
No, sorry.
Nothing?
I heard about some other company they called Ferratum.
No.
And that's
yeah. So we actually were Ferratum because we started as a fintech startup in Finland. It was a small company, and we grew. Now we are a publicly traded company with more than one company underneath it. And what is important from this view is that the main technological hub is based in Bratislava. So the business is spread around all our employees are spread around. We have like 800 employees right now in 18 countries. So, and we still have our main multitude IT labs now, it is called, based in Bratislava. We have like 150 people maybe working for us. 110, oh, this doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, I will tell you how we are evolving. So the startup started as any other, with most used financial ledger in the world. As you can see, with some basic front-end web pages for it, so we can fill the customer and take the customers in. But after a while, as you saw on the previous slides, we grew. We are now a big group. We serving like 20 countries with the customers. What we are serving is digitalized banking and digitalized consumer loans. So that's what we are doing. And to keep up, not only with the market, but also with the technology, we threw some stuff on it. So it's really working well. And why we are doing this? We are doing this because we need to prepare for cloudification, which is now ongoing in our tech stack. And we moved from some big monolithic architecture to microservice architecture. And what we need to do as well with this technology is we need to adopt our testing strategy and our tools to it. So you have on one side, which is left side? Left side is good. Okay. So on the right side, you see we moved from SOAP UI to more advanced more complicated solution, but it's a Java with the REST assured, but we can throw anything at it. You know, like we can go and work with Kafka messaging and so on. And on the left side, which is good because that's a shift left, as I don't know, Szilárd is saying always, no, shift left. We are preparing for the cloudification and for the microservice work. So we introduce chaos testing as well to be prepared, to be resilient. And you can hear about chaos testing after this talk as well. And we also testing the non-functional requirements, which you can see there is a performance as well. And we introduce another tool which is not common, which is real user measurement. So we are doing real user measurement on the websites as well. And the most important part is in the middle, because we will talk about our front-end automation framework, which is robot framework. We had Selenium in it, and we switched to Playwright recently, and we have Lambda test pipe into the robot framework as well. And since the beginning of the robot framework, we were always looking for some solution which can transform the functional test to be a real useful test in the pipeline. Because when you are automating heavily, you have everything in the pipelines, for example. Everything is automated, so you go from dev to production really fast. And when you go to production really fast, and you would see passed functional tests, this test will pass. Because only difference in these two screenshots is the white background color on the submit button. But we will never get the customer. Functional test will pass because you will be searching for a button which is called submit or has a tag which is submit. But you will never see such a thing in pipeline because your test will pass and this will go to production. Okay, so we're talking to Marcel, as always, as the whole life. Everybody's talking to Marcel. So we want to keep up with this, and we want to add something new, something useful for us into it. And we want to introduce these visual checks from the beginning into the framework, but we want to introduce it in a way that we don't develop new test cases. We want to reuse those automation scripts and just add the check. That should be easy. Then we have another part of application, which is marketing pages. And the marketing pages are the entry points for the clients. So they always see it as a first thing you open in any of those 20 countries we are in. So these pages were only covered by business people from that country, and it was only covered by developers. So we want to add more coverage to those. And also, it should be easy solution. Like, for example, Robot Framework for us was really easily adopted around the testers in the company as well. So, yeah, that's basically for the beginning. And maybe you want to add something?
Maybe I should just explain, or maybe I have another slide about that. No, I don't. Yeah. Okay. So this nicely fit into our strategy, because, as I said, last 3 years we spent on researching market, and we decided maybe I should stand up, otherwise it would be unprofessional talking to sitting. So how this story somehow fit together? We were building something what Multitudes was searching for. Something which could cover the visual checks, which could also expand the scope and make it simple. Let's see, we will discuss later how simple it was. But our goal was to build the bots first, provide it to our customers so they could deploy the bots for the testing purposes, collecting the screenshots, comparing them, and give back some result. On the other hand, we believe that the solution should be simple and much more efficient than any other traditional approach, I would say, whether it was manual or automated. So this looks like maybe good match. So maybe the marriage could happen, something like we found our partner, at least for the pilot project, because that was what we were searching for. We thought theoretically we are ready, everything is perfect, we could deploy it to the customers. But until you don't try, you don't know. It was just prototype running in our testing environment, and we were happy and proud of it. But we want to really try how it could work on real projects. So how it works? In very short, we have two kind of products, let's call it products or modules. One is simple bot. So you provide your URL, the bot crawl your application, learn from it, and then you just rerun the bot again once you deploy new version, and we do the regression testing. Regression testing was our focus, and it's based on visual checks. Nothing more, nothing less. Another option was, after some time, we find out that this is pretty boring solution for test automation engineers, because they love coding. They love to play with that application and everything. And if you tell them, this is the field, you need to enter the URL, and this is the button to press, and then you might have a coffee and come later in 10 minutes, and you will have a result. And they said, I don't want that. Yeah, I understand the value, but this is not for me. So we introduced something else. We sometimes call it Copilot, sometimes we call it Assistant, which are basically nothing else than simple plugins into existing mainstream frameworks. So you could integrate your existing tools with our platform, and we just do the simple visual testing for you. So that's another product. Of course, we are now discussing how to combine these and maybe support some functionalities from one module or one product in other, and so on. But this is basically it, what we are delivering, what we were building. And with this belief and with this product, we went to Multitudes and saying, okay, we are ready, we could help you, and we could innovate together. By the way, we forgot to introduce ourselves.
I guess who is from which company?
Sorry?
No, guess who is from which company? Who is from Whoopi and who is from Multitude?
I don't know. But we need to do big announcement here, and maybe we will not allow to stay anymore on this conference. We don't drink beer.
That's true.
So I don't know whether it's accepted to say that. That's why we brought a picture with wine. Because we don't drink beer. So sorry for that. That's part of our introduction. But apart from that, I am the one on the right to make it easier. So we are just...
You are on the left.
I'm on the left? No, I'm on the right.
No?
Yeah, we are on the correct positions. Okay, so my name is Marcel Veselka. I'm Slovak, living for 15 years in Prague in Czech Republic. I like, or I love testing, including wine testing. And in sports, maybe most favorite sport is running. So if you don't like testing, we could talk about running as well. Or hiking in the mountains. So if you find these topics boring, we could have some alternatives. What about you, Rado?
Yeah, so for me, yeah, I hate running. That's one
We are
of my
good buddies.
good. I hate running. But I love any other sport where I can feel the pain, and that's also testing. And I'm in the testing life for more than a decade. So yeah, that's about me basically. And I stopped drinking beer, as he said. So I'm his drinking buddy with the wine right now.
Yeah. So at least this is the common interest. Apart from testing, if you are not running, then we could at least have some.
Then we are drinking or testing. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have. We have only one addiction. That's testing, not the drinking.
Yeah. So now stage is yours. So I'll rest again.
Again, yeah. Thank you. This is. So what we were building together, we were trying to do a different approach than the usual POC kind of thing when you are running things in the evening or on Fridays. And to do that, we need to build a good team. We need to have a good time management, time plan. We need to have a clear scope of this pilot. And we needed a really big support from management to do that, because nobody will give you time than management. And also sometimes we need a big push from the management, right, Jure? Yeah. So that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to make the coverage for the marketing pages. We trying to cover our existing automation tests with this visual regression. And that was only for the first 8 weeks. So it was very action-packed. We had a session every week. We had a beer session every, I don't know which weeks, but yeah.
Yeah, couple.
For honest feedback, you need at least 5 drinks. And for the standard regime, this was kind of turned down a little bit. So we only had like monthly calls, I think, or monthly. And but we were trying to focus and integrate it everywhere. So we were trying to have built in Bamboo. We were trying to run it in Kubernetes as a jobs. We tried everything with it. So yeah, that was basically
my banana.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my turn. Okay, I'll just try to stress out or add my view on that pilot and after the pilot session, because maybe I don't know whether about you, but my experience was in the past when I was one of the team member of the testing team, that managers sometimes came and said, you know what, maybe we should start automate, and when you have time, please automate something. Let's see whether it will work and how it should work. So when we are talking about that pilot project, it was super important that there was dedicated time, somehow time boxed. with huge push from management and support, that thing. Without that, it would fail. Without these 8 weeks of extreme, I wouldn't say extreme push, but dedication to the task, the willingness to do so, we would fail. So I really appreciate the guys accept that we start with that. But let me share some more. So first, when we start selling the idea, if I could say that, or share the idea, I thought, okay, we will not build it until we don't have some proof that it would work. So what I did first, I built very nasty prototype. I took a lot of open source and make it somehow, you know, like you are trying to go to the Mars, but you have just banana boxes and trying to build the machine to go there. So we start with that, and it was crazy. I was just mentioning that to my testing friends, as I call them, or my network, and it turns into 70 demos. I present the idea 70 times, and people giving me feedback what's missing, that these banana boxes need to be reshuffled and done differently, and we just keep going and going on and going, finding out that it's not perfect yet. And after 70 demos, Juraj says, it looks good, it has potential. We will use it. Finish it and let's start. Prepare it for us. So I am really happy to admit that this happened. And then in 2 weeks, another customer came. Yes, this is it. We want to have it. So we start with hiring new colleagues. We start building and completing that stuff to make it happen. And the crazy 1 year started, and I'm happy that now maybe Rado will share some more ideas or more details about that. But another thing, what we found...
Not
you
if
will
you keep talking.
You will or not?
Yeah, keep talking.
I should speed up?
Yes.
Okay, I'll speed up. So what we find out, people don't want autonomous testing at all. They want to have some nice, better automation tools, some shiny tools, but they want to customize it. Apart from that, also, we found out, as I said, pilot is super efficient way of doing it. So if you are considering to implement any tool, try to time box it, focus on that, and do your best to succeed, rather than doing it over the free time or evenings or Friday mornings or whatever. And then we thought that, or we find out that some early adopters accept that it's not perfect, that it could be completed together, that we could collect the feedback and very quickly respond to that, or we could introduce new features. And maybe Rado could share some ideas how it went when we start, and maybe I should go now.
Go and hide. Yeah, so basically in the pilot, I will share a standard deployment process for such a pilot solution. So you will receive a message with this highly advanced, again, release management tool, which is Discord. And then you will have to run the scripts because you are in the banking and they are somewhere outside on the cloud, so the security will not allow it. So you have to pre-push those images every time there is a new release manually. And that's autonomous, sorry, yeah. And then you have to adopt all of those configuration files. So for the assistant, there were some files which were using running in Bamboo. Then we had some cron jobs which were running in the Kubernetes, and we had also config for Whoopee. So when they release some new feature,
there are 6 steps to do.
Yeah, small steps. Then you have to adopt and adjust that as well. And after that, you just wait for Argo CD to synchronize it, everything, and then run it in Kubernetes. And then you will look into the logs if it's running, and then you will look into the database if there are any results, and then you will look on another tool which will actually present the results to you. So that was a pilot, very successful and useful, but it was successful actually. These are some boring numbers, but we covered a lot of space on those marketing pages, and we actually find bugs, defects on those pages during that running which humans did not see, because that vision seen it, we didn't.
Yeah, and why it's just 3? Because this is the regression testing tool, and we know that the regression testing tool just proves that the system works. So there is not goal to find 100. Another thing why we found so little is that we were setting it up, we were onboarding the team, we were trying to learn how to deal with it. So even though the goal was not searching for the bugs during the pilot, we still were lucky to find 3.
Yeah, we were really happy that
And
we
some of
find
them
something new, something different, because you have functional testing, you somehow do exploratory testing, but nobody ever found the bugs. So yeah, it was really a nice journey for this pilot, because what was important that we were really doing. I think maybe I can say it out loud, but nobody will like it. But it was like sort of a true agile project, because the feedback loop was really short through the Discord. Every time something pops up, you write a message that this is not going on. There is some error in the logs. Can you have a look? And they will have a look, and they will release the bug fix next day, maybe, or in the next release. And then, as I said, after 5 drinks, you can get the honest feedback for that tool at that time, every time. So you just have to wait until midnight, and then you have a honest feedback. And I think after this, it's you again.
It's mine. Okay, I'll show you, because you could see in previous slides that it wasn't easy. We had a lot of steps to deploy, to integrate, to make it work. And I remember when we start, we just provide some logs and database access. There was no proper reporting to do the proper autonomous testing. So in the middle, after 1 month, we deploy first preview of our solution with actually front end. So the guys start with basically terminals working with that. But I would like to share with you very quickly some screenshots how it looks like now. So nowadays, we don't ask customers to deploy their bots. If they are accepting to run it in cloud or in SaaS, they just press the button. And whenever they press the button, we deploy the solution and we run the test with the current version. So you don't need to do all these shuffling, fixed steps, and so on. You could see all the results on some simple dashboard. You could go into more details. You could see the details of the last execution. You could also value the steps. And then you could see and compare the screens if there is any difference. We didn't have this last year when I was presenting. As I said, it was built on top of some banana boxes and hoping that it won't fail. Now we have some solutions, still not perfect, but this is the journey we started, and I'm happy that I could share a couple of screens if you are interested in more. We have and we are done. Good, and we are done. 0 time. We run out. Okay. So it was pretty interesting journey. May I sum up?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will do the quick summary. So we were able to implement some new approach. We reduced complexity, I believe, introduced visual checks, and we ran a couple of thousand of tests. If you are interested in more details, we are here in the lobby or during the coffee breaks, and we are happy to share more. Thank you very much for coming. I hope this was an interesting topic for you, and you are inspired to implement something similar or the same in your organizations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.